6:37. The day is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. The Personnel and Appointments Investigative Committee meeting is called to order. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Counselor Martin,
Present.
Counselor Gotti, Counselor Smith.
Present.
We also have in attendance Counselor Stevenson and Counselor Bahoviak.
We want to thank,
Well, can we call the roll so that we can be acknowledged?
yeah. Call the roll.
Counselor Stevenson,
Present.
Counselor Bahoviak.
Present.
I want to thank each and every one, each of my colleagues for joining us tonight. Now, on the agenda, we have discussion, council office policies and procedures. There's been a few issues that shouldn't be hard to work out, but needs to be discussed. And again, I want to thank everyone for attending tonight. I believe I would like to start with our great clerk.
Point of order.
Yes, ma'am.
I have here a motion to quash on this, on the basis of the failure to comply with civil procedures. And I'm going to hand this to Council President Martin. Everyone has received in their email, which they may or may not have opened. The appropriate sections from the charter. Everyone here, perhaps Ms. Hammonds, who is not the law director, will go to copy. What this states is that it gives a procedure on how one starts an investigative committee. And it says, upon a majority vote of members of council, the president of council is hereby directed to and shall appoint such committee or committees to perform and conduct any investigation into the conduct or operation of any city official or department of the city government. Upon the appointment of any such committee, the council president shall notify council through its clerk in writing of the individual members appointed to such committee, the date that the investigation shall commence, and the purpose for which such investigation shall be held. And it goes on from there. But if you start out with the first part, upon a majority vote of members of council, there was no majority vote of members of council. There was no vote. The president of council did not, to the best of my knowledge, appoint such committee or committees. The council president shall notify council through the clerk of the members appointed to the committee. That did not happen. The date the investigation shall commence and the purpose for which such investigation shall be held also did not happen. Therefore, we do not have an investigating committee.
Thank you, Dr. Pocket. This is real. I appreciate you, Dr. Pat. I'm glad our law director is present. If it so pleases, my colleague, we can just, I thought it was just a regular. We can make it a regular personnel and appointments committee meeting.
Can I intercede here?
And,
I'm not gonna argue with her position, et cetera. Because we don't have to have an investigative committee, we just have we can discuss policy and procedure without having an investigative committee. So fine, we'll say she's right about that. So we're not gonna have an investigative committee, fine, okay?
Thank you,
So let's
Dr.
proceed.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. President.
Thank you,
Thank you, Dr. Pat.
all right?
So I'm crossing out investigative committee name off this agenda.
And I put poll the council, and we can have this investigative committee Thursday. I could do that, but I'm not gonna do that because what we're gonna discuss is, it's not really an investigative committee, it's issues that we got to deal with. It ain't an investigation, we're gonna get this out.
Point of order,
Right.
President Martin. We
Oh.
could not hold the council and have a meeting on Thursday. It would have to be a vote of council. Votes of council are taken in regular and special council meetings. They are not held in committee meetings. And therefore, there is no way you can do that until the next council meeting.
Fine.
That's no problem.
So that's no problem. Okay, but we're not gonna have an investigative committee. So you fine with that? You made your point. Okay. I kind of didn't give it consistent, but we should have had a regular vote. So she got a point here. I won't argue that. But we're gonna discuss what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
That got nothing to do with investigative committee. That's
Point of
procedure.
order, President Martin.
No, I'm not running this. I'm not running this. Okay? Okay, no,
Point of order.
this is personal.
Chair.
Go ahead, Dr. Pat, sorry.
The item the only item on the agenda relates to the investigative committee. Therefore, it seems to me it's time to adjourn.
No, the first order of business, it says council office policies and procedures.
Right. You jumped over that.
So if we might, please, I would like to start there.
Thank you.
And I would like to call up our great clerk.
You got a motion on that too?
I would like to,
You've been busy.
So, this,
Okay. I
Madam Clerk, Madam Tracy. I know you work hard, you work diligent for the people of East Cleveland. And I'm sure everyone has noticed situations going on with the last three council clerks. We have to remember who we are here for. We are here to serve the people. I'm here to get everything on the table, as Mr. President said, and come to some type of solution before we leave.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Madam Tracy, Madam Clerk. What is the situation going on with the council office concerning policies and procedures right now?
Okay. We keep getting, it's like we're being tag teamed in that office. Once one email is sent, all of a sudden we get another negative email coming out from the other counselor. What the counselors might not be aware of is that they need to be cognizant. Under last year, we did purchase a camera for our council office and it does record. When I was out, and Justin knew, if any counselor came in, to please contact me and I would watch what was going on. So we had a counselor come into the office, being very negative to him, telling him it was addressed on Friday. Oh, that shirt, you shouldn't be wearing that shirt. Excuse me, why would you tell Justin something? Like that? He was in the office doing what he had to do. There's also some things that were said in that office that shouldn't be disparaging other council people. Saying it to clerks, you do not do this. If you have a problem, you go directly to that council person. I'm also hearing, and there's people that are willing to sign affidavits to this effect. I have been called a white Republican bitch out in the public. I hear that again, I violate a friggin' lawsuit. I have another counselor that doesn't appreciate, because I had nothing to do that I'm Republican, nothing.
Nothing.
It has nothing to do with my color, nothing. You don't like me, too bad. I do a good job for that office. Counselor Bahoviak sends an email.
This is just to show you, it's pettiness, and this is ridiculous. And I don't understand why this is going on. Give that one. I want to read. Okay, this is
Please
what she
read
said.
it, read it.
No minutes for any council meeting since I was sworn in over 2 months ago. 9 sets were set out today. Counselor Martin, you stated not to put them on the agenda. We were so busy with everything.
Right.
The minutes went out. Meeting recordings are not put on our YouTube channel in a timely manner. Did council vote on any Zoom meetings being uploaded to a YouTube channel?
No.
No, it's not in the charter. It's not an office policy. It was not voted on. I was out of the office. I sent the email stating I was out. When do I get back? Well, you knew you were gonna be out. You should have trained Justin on it already. Excuse me, Justin's been here 2 months. I go from A to Z. That is going over agendas, when legislation comes down, and what he needs to do to send emails. Zoom, uploading a YouTube meeting is the least of the concerns. She sends deputy clerk of council not trained to put meetings on YouTube, even though the clerk knew she would be absent. The headshots that were taken of all the counselors for their new cards, right before I left to go out on to have surgery. She says, photos for deputy clerk were given to him at least 2 weeks before they're given to the rest of us. I got the link when I was out. No counselor was to see another counselor's headshots. I had to divide those out. I have the software. I have the expertise to do that. When I got back, everybody got their headshots. They were sent to them. Their cards are ordered. They'll be here next week. The website still has not been updated with the new vice president's name 6 weeks after the organizational meeting. Juanita Gowdy is still identified as vice president. You go to the website, you click on the link that says vice president, it has Patricia Bahoviak. Unfortunately, under where it was Ward 2, yours still said that wasn't addressed yet. Council president, yours stated, your new one, but then I looked under Ms. Stevenson's, it still said council president, but that was Ward 4. That's no big deal, that was fixed. That to me is sort of childish petty. I am discouraged from asking questions of the deputy clerk, even when trying to keep from disturbing the clerk. Everybody knows that Justin is in training. They can't bother him to ask questions. He knew he could forward the questions to me and I would answer the questions. And then under no follow-up to obtain resolution for changing the nonpartisan primary. So we have missed the deadline to put it on the May election. That was decided upon and was discussed that that the council was going to wait and see if a charter review commission was put in place first. There isn't a mayoral election for 4 years. Then the last one, this I really took umbrage to. There are undoubtedly other concerns, but this come to mind. I am certainly concerned that the clerk of council is not functioning adequately when she is in the office. Just a few more things. I have done. I sent out a general memorandum on behalf of Councilor Martin, one that the office always uses. It says inter-office memo. What do I get back from Councilor Bahoviak? Intra, not inter. Really? Inter could be used. Oh no, it was only for this office. Really? A day in front of the deputy clerk, I was explaining something to her. As she's walking out, she looks and said to me, please put more verbs in your sentence so I can follow you better when you're talking with me.
Good.
But this is so petty. This is ridiculous. Oh, what I'm making out of it? What about you, Councilor Bahoviak? These are mind games. You know, whatever research or whatever else I do it in evening. I don't mind. I enjoy doing research. I try and respond to everybody in a timely manner. But this is like this. I don't even know where to go from here. I really don't. I mean, I enjoy, like Councilor Stevenson has asked for stuff. I give it to her because I enjoy doing the research. It's none of your business, but I give her the stuff. I enjoy it. I find stuff. Then for me to be told, Councilor Bahoviak says, when do I get my new charter, the new book that's in the office? I said, it took me a while to order it. I got it ordered. It's in the office. I let her borrow one from the office that, not the original one that says do not remove, but another one. So I wrote back and told her, when you bring it back, I want to see what's missing, but you always had the ability to go online and look at the chart. Then what do I get told? I get an email back from Councilor Stevenson that I'm basically, I haven't done my job 2 different times. that she told me to get the charter back, that she didn't know Counselor Bahoviak had it, and I said, yes, you did. I told you that. And I also explained it wasn't the office charter. But once it was, once I got the new ones in, but then again, I did a poll. I was told all counselors, new ones, get a copy of the charter. After doing a poll of all the counselors, not one of them ever got a charter.
Yes, who did you talk to?
Counselor Martin, Counselor Gowdy, Counselor Smith,
Council Gowdy and I got the chart at the same time.
she said she never got a copy of the big charter.
Not the big,
Right.
not the big book, because
Right.
at that time, Dr. Guy was,
Right, she made copies. It wasn't the big book.
I didn't get the big book. So you got it wrong.
She ordered it.
I don't care what she ordered, I didn't get it.
Never came in.
If I said I don't got it, I don't got
So, and it's not in the policies and procedures. Then I was told that the policies and procedures or the charter says minutes are done in 3 days. Where? It's nowhere written down, 3 days. It says promptly. They're done. And then the send out. And then I was told also, yes, I did go over my job description in that, but lo and behold, the job description that we went over, that wasn't one that was approved back in 2014 by the council at hand. It was redone and approved by 5 counselors, and it was Anna Marie Smith. Matter of fact, Mayor was a counselor at that time. And as he said, when he was arguing during that meeting in November, the deputy clerk of council acts as pro tem clerk. So that was a falsehood that was stated in minutes. That when there is no clerk, that the deputy clerk of council has all the ability of what a clerk does, unless that office is filled. So I went back and did the research for Counselor Martin. We found all the minutes. Same thing with the policies and procedures handbook. That was worked on for 3 months and approved by 5 of council. A consensus, because it doesn't have to be a vote, as long as it was consensus, because council handles their own.
And I'll jump in there. We met for what, months, all 5 of them, not just 1 or 2.
4 months.
And I told the other clerk before you that you can't put policy, the council puts the policy. Okay, one person can't do it. It's the body. We spent a lot of time on that, and we got it done. I want to say this while we're on this. Publicly saying somebody can't read, somebody can't write. That's an opinion of yours. It's unprofessional.
Mr. Chair, I mean, Mr.
Okay.
President.
Oh,
No,
get
no,
me
no, no,
started.
no.
Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
want to be absolutely
Okay.
fair,
All right.
and I want to, ask my colleagues if they have a, any dialogue to add.
Well, I have,
Dr. Patworth,
I have a response.
Madam,
Because what
go ahead.
you're saying, and, I'm kind of tired of it. Because it seems to me that anytime that there's a disagreement with what needs to be done in the office, we end up in a situation like this. The policies and procedures for the minutes were done when Victoria was there because of the confusion then. And that's the policy and procedure, it's not in the charter, it was done and it's in the office. The ability for the counselors to communicate effectively, I don't call the office, I don't come down here, I don't get in the work, because it creates too much confusion. And I don't need confusion. So, with regard to me knowing that Bahoviak had the book, I knew Bahoviak had the book, but I had specifically told Tracy, do not give her that book out the office, because the book in the office is missing material. And if you give her the book, she's gonna be trying to study, and the materials are not gonna be there. Here we are 3 months later, that's what occurred, okay? There is a new book in the office, the new book been in the office for 2 months. But it wasn't transferred to Dr. Bahoviak. So how is she supposed to do what she needs to do when she doesn't have what she needs? Now, I did know that she had the book, and Tracy told me that the book had been returned.
No,
I
I
didn't
didn't.
say anything because there's no way the book had been returned, and apparently it still has not been returned because you still have the book. Is that correct? Thank you. So when the book came in, She should have been notified, the book should have been given to her. That didn't happen.
It was right before, and I
It
gave you a
still-
scenario,
It did not happen.
but the binder did not come in until right before I left. And that was the unfortunate part.
It did not happen. Okay, the book was in the office, the book is still in the office, and that's what the problem is. She needs to have her book, and if y'all don't have a book, then she need to have a book too. I got a book. So whoever doesn't have one, I thought automatically when they came in, they get a book. And I've never heard anything else. As far as the job description goes, that's a job description I got from Belinda Powell. Now, if there's a problem with it, it's a part of what was approved by the state of Ohio with regard to positions in East Cleveland. You cannot just change a job description because you don't like what it says. That's what they gave me. That's what I've been using. Deputy job description, same thing. It came from Belinda Powell. I did not make up a job description. It was here when I came. So if y'all did something 5 years ago, I don't know what happened before I got here, but that's what I was given, so that's what I used, period.
The updated job descriptions are in the council office. They've been in the office. You divide, had a file with those. And they were also upstairs under.
Isn't that the one that goes back to 2014?
Yes,
Yes. And that's the one,
the other ones.
Yeah, we all five
Before
worked on it.
2000, correct.
I just want to, see if Dr. Pat, Mahovia want to respond, and then after that, we can have a, friendly, open discussion. Then I would love to move on to, get some type of resolution to this
All right.
issue.
thank
Dr. Pat,
you.
you have a response?
Certainly. For one thing, I'd like to know more about this allegation of name calling, because let me say, I don't approve of any kind of name calling. I think the fact that we have a Republican in our council should be irrelevant to her function. Now, my big concern has been this transfer of information. It seems to me that that the primary jobs of the clerk of council are to make the agenda and to keep the minutes. But I think those are the most important jobs that the clerk of council has. And the fact that I got my first minutes since I was sworn in on January 3rd, yesterday. Almost 3 months since I've been in. And as I've told, they weren't there in a month or two, or I don't know exactly how long, before I got on the council. To me, that is something that we need to address. And the fact that she withheld the recording of the March 8th meeting,
I did not withhold
the fact that the recording of the March 8th meeting took multiple requests by multiple people until it arrived as an audio recording only. I believe it was 2 days ago. I may be off by a day on that. But the fact that I was sick, I was asleep, and I got a call from the deputy council asking me if I could come to the meeting. I woke up enough to say no, and I went back to sleep. I'm sorry, I was sick. I normally get up and do whatever I need to do. There are numerous people who know that I had COVID. There are many people who know that at this point in time, I'm recovered enough that when I'm awake, I'm fine. But I am exhausted almost all of the time. The day before yesterday, I took 3 naps, not because I decided to take a nap, not because I hadn't gotten enough sleep the night before, but because I am not fully recovered. And still I have people who have said in public, in meetings, who have questioned my statement that I was ill. My doctor doesn't have any questions about that. I have some people who I've promised to either drop things off to or pick things up from, who say whenever it happens, that's fine, because they understand that I've been ill. And still, people were foul and disgusting in that March 8th meeting. Foul and disgusting. And I would include council members and members of the police force and others. But I think the behavior has been perfectly, let's be polite and say unprofessional. I'll leave it at that. Oh, the other thing I want to say is that I'm getting phone calls and messages from the deputy clerk saying that he hasn't complained. But then I get messages from the president of council saying that the deputy clerk has complained. Well, I don't know which of you is telling the truth, but since you're not saying the same thing, I assure you that one of the two of you is not.
Yes, I can answer that since you put me in it. For years I was in this audience antagonizing and yelling at clerks and police officers and
That's
council
right.
members and law directors and
Yes.
assistant law directors.
Yes.
And I mean, pretty aggressively. I think that sitting on the other side is much different. You really see things much different. And a lot of me tells me to go back to everybody and apologize. Because when people say things to you, you know, it's really hard to try to stay professional. So I really do understand and pretty much apologize to a lot of the people who I went after when I kind of realized that it wasn't, a lot of things weren't under control. You know what I mean? And my expectations may have been absurd. But to address Councilor Bahoviak, technically, no, I don't complain. Because like I said, I sat up here for years and did this. You know, I've done my share. Believe it or not, I'm tough as nails. None of this stuff really gets to me. If I want to respond, I think I know very well how to do that. Whether it's with one email or 50,000 newspapers or 5,000 flyers. If I don't feel like I'm being attacked and I want to defend myself, I got different ways to do that. And mainly using freedom of speech so that we won't get that construed anywhere. So technically, no, I'm not going to sit up here and complain about anything that's really going on in regards to me. Councilor Bahoviak, I've known you for a long time. I used to consider us really, really good friends. Even when you were just sick, nobody knew it, but when she was sick, who took her some ginger beer? Who went to Zagara's and got you some groceries? And I didn't ask for you to pay me back. I took my money and time out to do that for you because you were sick. Even though there are some things, I may not be able to read and write in your book, your eyes, but even after all those little comments, I still said, she's sick. I want to do something to help her. Same thing I would do for Councilor Smith if he asked. We may not have been the best of friends over the years, but if he's in need and he's ill or something like that, or a family member, I do what I can to help. Because I don't really take none of this stuff personal, and I can get over things easier. Even Officer McDonald, I seen him in the hallway. We talked and we apologized for some things that were said that were inappropriate and unprofessional and all that. And thankfully we moved on and we're moving forward here. I don't intend on being enemies with anybody forever. You know what I mean? And same thing with you. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm not perfect. There are some things I can't do. We all have strengths and weaknesses. I know that I'm more than capable of reading agendas and minutes and whatever, I think I've displayed that, so, but with Tracy, she worked lots of hours. Hours that you may not know. Through the night hours, while she had her surgery, calling me. I thought it was kind of, a little inappropriate to be sending all the emails to her when she was at her surgery. You know what I mean? Because she should have been resting, and the reason I found it inappropriate because when she get an email, she calls me. So besides that, I enjoy working here. Tracy really, she does a lot, believe it or not. She's not perfect and she's not the smartest person on this earth, but she does a lot for this council that you all don't realize. I mean, even looking back at Dr. Guy, as much as I hate to realize it, she did a fair share of things too. This is not an easy job. It's a lot of work. You got to deal with 5 people. So if you get 5 emails from each person a day or every other day, it's a lot to do. And Tracy, I have to say that you really won't find too many clerks with her skill set. I mean, I thought I was a good researcher. I have nothing on her. This lady can find what you put in a cake. Well, no, we're not going into all that, but anyway, Tracy does her best. And as far as those pictures go, that guy sent me and Tracy the pictures. So they were sent to us. They weren't sent to you guys. And me as the deputy in training, I can't just send out all the pictures to everybody without getting permission from them. So I try not to do nothing without permission. And she mentioned earlier that about the camera. I don't have to call anybody because when you walk in that office, that camera, they sends an alert to the phone. So it starts recording. She was upset at me a little bit, but when Patricia was in that office and, you made a inappropriate comment or whatever she was talking about, but that wasn't me. That was that camera alerted that you were in there and they started looking at it. But I mean, she can get more into that, but I'm not here to do all that because I was just on the other side and I don't want any sympathy. Whatever comes my way, it just comes my way. That's all I have to say. Whatever comes my way, it comes my way, and just deal with it accordingly.
I like to, I know you want to say something.
We have a free council,
Okay,
free.
I was extremely upset and I voiced it in a public meeting, at a council meeting, where Patricia Robeck said he can't read, he can't write. And I said, why would she say something like that? That is, I thought that was horrendous to say something.
Point of order,
I'm talking.
you're lying.
No, you said it's a matter of record. It was unprofessional and inappropriate, period. And that's why we're here to stop that kind of stuff. You don't have a right to say that publicly. Now, if you feel that, that's one thing, but to say it, but we have it on record, on the tape that you said that. Okay, I don't know why you think that you seem to have this attitude that you smarter than everybody. You smarter than all Black people. Is that what it is? Do you think that? No. Do you think that? I'm asking. Right. No. See, you do. You have this attitude that you have all the brains and nobody else. You the smartest thing that ever walked on earth, and that bothers me about you. Okay. He can't read. He can't write. Okay. I looked at these emails and I just shook my head and said, this has got to come to an end. All right. Now you're going to say that you didn't say that? Because I addressed it publicly. I said, this is inappropriate for you to say that. about anybody, even me. You probably feel the same way about me. But we can't say that. We'll never get anywhere like that. We'll never get anywhere like that. And whether somebody's Republican or Democrat, there's nothing to do with what we do. They're professionals.
That's what I
Okay,
said.
that's what you should have said that either. You should, okay, and I'm kind of cheated about that, but I said I'll be cool about that. And if we're going to work together, we have to respect each other. And I'm going to say this: nobody's perfect. We all got our shortcomings, but saying that kind of stuff it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. And the fact that you've been on council for 3 months and you think you know everything. I don't know. I've never known. I've been on council 30 years. And I never know it all. Okay? So we've got to put things in perspective. I'm glad that we're having this to get this all out here. I know you told me before I hired Justin Anderson. You can't believe you I don't hire. Justin is in training and he's done well so far. He's done well. He's done well. But you told me to my face, don't hire him. He can't be. Please. I can say more, but I'm going to leave it there. What I'm saying is this has got to stop.
Madam
Okay.
Gowdy, please. And then Dr. Pack.
You know, I am so disappointed in Councilor Stephen and you, Patricia. No, girl, you please, we got you in this seat, not you put you up out of there, and you too, at the same time. But at the end of the day, y'all is bullies. You are bullying the clerk.
Somebody.
You know, no, let me tell you what you did. Let me tell you what you did. Let me tell you what you did. I'm talking now, let you talk. So I'm talking now. You a big bully. That's all y'all doing is bullying the clerk, okay?
No, bullying
You're
the
not
clerk.
going nowhere. Y'all will go way before they will,
Bullying the clerk,
but at the end of the day,
not me.
y'all give
Me.
misinformed information. Y'all always feel like y'all right with all these doggone emails.
Please.
And 7 days out of a week, is you really serious? Don't nobody work 7 days out of a week unless they choose to.
Thank you.
Tracy don't deserve the retaliation that y'all keep giving her. Justin don't deserve it either.
I'm fine.
And it's sad to say that I'm sorry that I helped you get in office. But at the end of the day, bullying is a crime. You always talking about you being sick. I'm sick and I'm here. And I'm here when you're not here. And I'm here when you're not here. When you choose not to be here. And listen, I need to be here. Yes, I do. Because I got a job to do. And I got people that needs to see a difference on this council. I got this because I run this seat faithfully. And I deserve this seat. But at the end of the day, y'all talk about everybody. Y'all sit around and you, Stevenson, you talk about everybody. Rolia, Patricia, talk about everybody. If y'all don't like your position, get out. Y'all don't have to stand in these seats and tirade the whole council because you don't want to be here. Have a vote. You held up my committee, told me stuff that, oh, this don't need to be passed. That don't need to be passed. And then we had that conversation. Listen to me. Listen to me. My committee is free today because of who I am. I got my own mind. But at the end of the day, y'all start up a lot of confusion.
Yes.
And it needs to stop.
Okay.
It needs to stop. And you also picking at Tracy, a Republican, and Patricia, you have a nerve to call me a bitch.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did. I got a witness that you called me a bitch.
I did.
Yes, I do. But the only thing that I can say about you, I don't smell like you. And my mother don't raise me. Okay? All this talking and all this hate, it needs to stop. When I came on council, I came for a change. And I hope that y'all would have did the same thing. Kareem calling the police on me in my office. Talking about I'm breaking in and had Justin Anderson in it. We could have got shot up. You do a lot of stuff that you say that is not true, but you are a liar. And you need to stop lying. Y'all need to stop lying. As far as you being sick, Patricia, you only sick because how you feel. But when the time for those emails, you ain't sick on that. When the time for harassing, you ain't sick on that. You need to stop harassing these clerks.
No,
Or it's gonna backfire on you. They will sue you. They will sue you. You will get sued. And you was on the school board and you harassed them. You ain't coming here to harass us.
Dr. Pat, response,
I
and then I want to move on to solution.
All right.
Okay, I would like to just mention that after many requests, I do have the audio recording of the March 8th meeting, including what Councilor Martin said, what Councilor Gowdy said, what Councilor Smith said, what Chief Gardner said, what a certain police officer said, what another certain police officer said. And I would like to thank Mr. O'Mays for being the words of wisdom. Yeah, wisdom is a good choice. Kindness, honesty. In that meeting. And again, thank you, Mr. O'Mays.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pat.
Dr. Pat, you always try to find out what's going on in the office. But when you're in the office, you is dishonest with yourself when you walk in there, pointing fingers at our clerks. Now, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Because it is a disgrace. You did call her that. I was at the Democrat meeting
Yeah,
when the Republican came out.
okay.
You was racist then, and you still racist now. Against the Democrat and Republican, you did say it.
The Democratic Club, yes.
You
I
was,
do believe.
but
that the
listen,
Democratic Club is the
at the end of the day, when we encourage you, me and Justin encourage you to run for office, we didn't expect all this chaos. We don't want it. Leave that stuff at home or leave it in the street. Because when you come in here, it's time to get down to business. That's the same way with you. Leave it alone. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. I'm telling you because you is a racist. You is a hell racist.
You got a lot of nerve. All of it is sick about everybody in this city hall. You're a dog. Everybody in the city hall now want to sit up here and act like you're an angel. You ain't no angel.
Miss Gowdy. Miss Gowdy.
You ain't on board as Apostle Gowdy. Gowdy from hell. And now you want to sit up here and don't know what you're talking about. And you like you know something that you don't know. Sit down.
Are you leaving now? Please,
You a hypocrite because you say one thing and do another.
I don't have time for that. No,
Miss Gowdy,
that's
Miss Gowdy.
And I got emails to prove
Miss
that
Gowdy.
everything he's saying is a lie. He's a liar. He lives out the lie.
Professionalism.
All
right. Ms. Gowdy,
Ms. Gowdy.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna, and I'm glad,
I'll to you.
okay, leave it alone. The solution is.
Ms. Gowdy.
Here, we're gonna work on.
Oh. He needs to say one more thing.
oh,
Thank you. I really wanna use the rest of the time.
hold
I
on.
really wanna use the rest of
Hold on 1 second. Professional.
I really wanna use the rest of this time, and again, it's a company meeting, so that's not a problem. That's not a problem. But, I really wanna use the rest of this time to see if we can work on some type of solution. I will say this, because of the situation with, our former Madam Clerk, Tracy. Towards the middle end of last year. I believe that is why our minutes are late, because I don't like the minutes being late, but I didn't say anything because I understood the situation. For a long time, Madam Tracy, Clerk Tracy was by her on her own. There was a lot of controversy going on in the office. In the future, I do believe that the minutes and everything else will be presented in a very timely manner. I've started looking at the minutes that was presented today. Everyone has the packet of the minutes, right? Okay. They're good shorthand minutes, but I'm going to be asking for more details and things of that nature. But you know, it's nothing but a conversation.
Can I?
No,
Can I say something?
I promise.
Say something about the meetings.
Me, I'm gonna say this from the heart as the youngest member of this council. Please, we all got what we want. We all got a new council. I remember the days where everyone up here was friends. I was at Madam Stevens' house when she got elected. Dr. Pat came down, we did some work with some children. Before, we have a slight history between us. And just imagine how this looks. I'm not talking about this particular meeting. I'm not talking about this meeting. I'm talking about the big picture. The big picture. How can we get to a solution? I'm asking my elders, my seniors. We have a great clerk. We have a clerk in training. A young man that's from East Cleveland that we don't see eye to eye all the time, but because of statements like you made tonight is why I can respect him and move on a professional level.
Say a few words.
I really want to get to some solutions to this.
Well, I got,
Yes, please.
and I don't know who on this council knew that there was a camera in the office, because there was no announcement made that a camera was going to be put in the council office. The council didn't vote to put a camera in the office. So I don't even know how that came about. And why do we have a camera in the office?
Were they safe?
That was purchased when Victoria was there. She did talk to you about that.
Yeah.
You wanted the camera to see who was coming and going because we had things going on with the copier. It's always been up there. It's a little one. It's been on top of that rail.
Just say one thing, if you will,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chair. So I think we need to get a little bit of an understanding. I do, Miss Gowdy knows if she's wrong, I'll tell her, you know. But we have to understand what was going on. Miss Gowdy ran for office for change and a vision, and she had plans and things like that. She ran for mayor, to make a long story short, and she offered her vision for change for the years upcoming before mayor, and she did whatever she had to do. to try to win the mayor's race or try to win council, whatever it may be. And the people spoke and they elected Mayor Brandon King. So what I believe is that we have to realize that this is who the people elected. Me and him, they'll get along personally. I don't know if we ever will, but professionally, you know, we have to realize that's who they elect. So we gotta work with them. It's no way we're gonna sit here for 4 years again doing that stuff again.
Yes.
You know, you two lost the election, the mayor's race. Y'all both lost, and you gotta get over it. We can't do this for 4 more years. At least y'all can try to work together for the 4 years. But if you do have plans at running for office again, at least wait till it's like 6 months left there. Because I don't think we could deal with it for 4 years. Ms. Gowdy was unsuccessful at her goal to what she called would be to lead the city. So I appreciate her for not being bitter about it and not wanting to keep, we could easily raise hell, but she doesn't want to do that anymore because the people want him. That's who they want. And that's just, we have to deal with it. We have to work with them. We can't, you know, we can't tear him down all the time because they voted for him. So when some people make the comment that, yeah.
I apologize.
It has something to do with y'all being, it's called respect.
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's a level of respect.
I'm fine, by the way.
And I don't care about you.
But when she makes the comment that you were the one doing this and that in the past, yes, you were, but you had plans and goals.
Even if it was,
You failed those
wasn't,
goals.
today is a new day.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, we're gonna have to solve this problem because it's getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand.
My resolution for me, is to continue to move the way I've been moving. I don't use the clerk, I do my own work. Basically, most of that stuff that I give them to do now is copying or maybe posting my newsletter to the website, but they don't do my work, so I don't.
Mr. President.
Yeah, well, number one, we gotta respect each other. Okay, we have to respect each other. If we don't do that, we don't get anywhere. I told Tracy that the most important thing in the minutes is the actions that we take, not the verbiage. We don't need all that verbiage. When we vote on something, we vote, that's what the minutes reflect. That's from my experience on fraternity meetings and all like that, the actions that we take. Now, nobody's perfect sitting up here. We can't put each other down publicly, period. What I'm saying is, if number one is respect each other. 2, if we have a disagreement with it, we talk to each other. Me and Brother Smith had a disagreement. We sit down like and we work it out. We don't always agree. Okay. Justin is in training. He's going to be in training for most of the year. It's a whole lot to comprehend. A whole lot to comprehend. So we don't put him down. Okay. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. We don't say negative things and call people names and all that, call each other names. I've never called anybody out there names since I've been up here. Okay, March 8th, I was upset that I'm glad she brought that up. Here we are begging the administration to put together grants. We put the grant together and we're not there to get them done. Okay, so I was upset about that and I'll take the hit for that and I'll apologize for that. But we have got to move the city forward. And I said this, and as we move in this year, we're going to work together. From my perspective, we're going to work, and we're trying to do that. Okay? If somebody wants to find something negative, you can find negative anything. You can find dirt in any corner. So we don't look. If it wasn't for the law,
That's why we lost the money.
No. And then, you know what? You know what, Corinne, everybody talks and we listen to them, but you interrupt. Okay. Then we lost a $50,000 thing, and we've been kind about, but we lost $50,000. We can't afford in a city like this to lose $50,000. A grant, free money. Okay? So get your ego out of this and use some common sense. Okay, thank you. All right.
And
Yeah. So I'm gonna say one more forward. So much.
Thank you.
Yes,
I want to hear from Dr. Pat. And I really want to at least walk out of here with at least one solution. I heard respect.
Respect.
Even if that's it. But I want to hear from Dr. Pat, please.
I just want everyone here to know that if you'd like to listen to the meeting of March 8th and the lack of respect that was shown by virtually everyone in the room, I could play it for you.
We don't want to hear that. We,
Hear that?
that's what at the end
This
of
is-
the day, we need respect.
Can we?
That's why we here. You gotta respect these clerks.
right, they do our work.
They do our work. Tracy do the work very hard.
Yeah, Tracy, not me.
And you always, not you, you are the, you.
I know, I
she always
appreciate you.
out.
I appreciate you, but if I,
But at the end of the day, it's called respect.
Yes, it's about respect.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
move forward. I've always enjoyed working with you and Ms. Bahovic, but the emails, I don't know, maybe it's the emails. Maybe we need to have
This
some
is-
verbals instead of email.
it's okay.
When I tried to.
I didn't ask for it back.
Part of your desk.
No, no,
And-
I didn't ask for it back.
Well, I promised it and I haven't shown
So.
to the bank.
Can I
If
interject-
you take a vote or council agrees, then
Can I interject here? What my understanding is at this time is that the YouTube, the community will not be able to review materials on YouTube because no materials are going to be posted on YouTube. Is that correct?
if it's a general consensus of council.
No,
Council
you
we-
received, you received the email. Now, look, you can't send an email to say one thing. I'm trying to get clarification. According to the email that we received, the YouTube channel postings where the public can view the meeting is not going to be operational. Is that correct?
No, we're required to provide the minutes, we have to do
No.
YouTube. Now, if
But what we
Right.
had said was, it's a general consensus of council, if that's what they would like to
If that's what they
continue to
wanna
do. You put that policy in place.
Right.
These things have always been done in personnel and
Yes.
appointments committee. And it was just a raise of a hand.
No, I
It's
think,
not an actual vote. When I explained about the videos having upload, I wasn't here. I had no access to the cloud
Right.
to put them up. There's nothing that said I had to that they had to be uploaded the next day, like what I was doing
So
before.
this-
It was getting contentious.
So
It's
this-
like,
so
you
this
need to
easy.
do this, you.
So
right?
this easy, so this easy, I'm sorry, because we just,
Okay.
we went out of time, so this is easy. Our Madam Clerk was sick. Now, if we had to take a consensus as far as the YouTube videos, my consensus would be, I would have to go against my great president.
Okay,
My consensus would be to keep the videos on the channel for the benefit of the people. They were late because things happen. Our Madam Clerk was sick and our Deputy Clerk is in training. We just have to sometimes be patient because I remember things happened with the last clerk, the last council. I don't want to rehash, but we had a new clerk. We were asked to be patient. Things happened with we actually changed. We actually had a YouTube channel, actually changed to another YouTube channel. So therefore, the people had to go out and find the second YouTube channel. So we had to ask those people to be patient. I'm asking my great colleagues to please be patient. I'm asking my president, Mr. President,
Yes.
please,
get the YouTube.
please allow.
I'm flexible, I'm flexible.
So if somebody please send an email.
We'll say
I have
publicly,
some-
everybody's back in, the clerks in here, we can do the honor problem. We can do that. Is that the consensus?
That's fine.
Okay,
Now, Mr.
now-
President,
now-
take us out with a positive, what can we do? We have to walk out of here with some type of positive.
Here's what we can do. Okay, number one, respect each other. You know, I felt so much negativity the last 2 or 3 months. Let's stop being negative, be positive, let's respect each other. If I got something negative to say about, I don't say it. We don't get anywhere like that. Respect our clerks. They do real well. We do real well. I think that we other council people, we can move forward. We're not gonna love each other all the time. We're gonna have to speak, but if we respect each other and treat people the way you want to be treated, well, we want to have a meeting like this before. I'm glad we had this meeting, because we get it all out, okay? I said things, March 8th said, some of them maybe I should took back, but I was upset about the fact that we're blowing money. We are, in the last 2 or 3 months, almost $500,000 in grant money. We have never done that. Okay, so we have to carve things, we have to see the money with that type of thing. I'm looking at our clerks responding to emails every day. Every day, Saturday and Sunday. They're going the extra mile. So all I'm saying is, number one, let's respect it. I respect Lahoviac. Okay? I respect Corinne Stevenson. I respect,
Addressing me as council.
okay, please. I respect Patricia Lahoviac at large. Okay? I respect the other companies, that kind of thing. Okay? I've always showed them respect. Even when we disagree, I show respect. So if we start with that, treat each other the way we want to be treated, we can get through this year. We got so much to do. Developers are coming in this city left and right. We had a fire down on Euclid today. They want this property. They want this city. There's no secret about it. They want it. We have got to provide the leadership to keep this city moving forward. The mayor's working with us. We're trying to work together. So what I'm saying positively, Brother Smith, let's work together. Okay. I apologize for my shortcomings. I apologize for but I'm going to work on myself. It's a job. Okay. Thank you. All right.
We're gonna hear from Madam Gowdy, then we definitely gonna hear from the people. From law that correct. Then you're gonna have to adjourn.
My shortcomings. I was angry when I came in, when I see the position of how City Hall was acting. I mean, the treatment that's been going on in City Hall, phones and stuff was not being answered. People needs wasn't being met and stuff like that. But I had a newspaper that exposed all of that. And Brandon King, I do owe you apology. And I owe everybody an apology of my shortcomings, even Kareem, and Councilwoman Kareem and Councilwoman Patricia. You know, I don't get along with people that gonna continue arguing. I'm an arguing person too, but when you get on my nerves, I have to put you out there. And that's the type of person I am. But I'm controlling that. I came on council to move this city forward. And my shortcoming is, I get angry. And I get upset when I hear things of our clerks and stuff going through. Yeah, Dr. Guy, we could have got along, but we didn't get along because of some things came between us. She didn't get to know me. And once she get to know me, then she know I ain't that type of person. Yes, my name and stuff is slander, but I forgive everybody. Because if I don't forgive you, who's gonna forgive me? So I forgive everybody that did any wrong to me. And I forgive it, even when I'm talking or whatever, trying to express myself. Yes, I got a cold or whatever, but I am going to express myself because this is who I am. But I don't want this confusion. It got to stop. If we can't get along, then we don't need to be sitting here. That's the purpose of sitting here when we can't get along. That's why I'm here today. I want to get along with everybody. And I want the things that need to be done for our city to happen because we got holes all in the middle of the street. Our city is torn down to the floor now, but we can rebuild together. And that's why we're here. Look at City Hall. It's getting done.
Yes.
It's getting done. We get an elevator. We getting progress done. So I like to see this. This is where my heart is at for our city, our community, and for our residents, so they can have a smile on their face when they look out on their front porch. They can sit there and don't see stuff that's going to chase them away, So I am a type of person and you should know me by now. I'm gonna speak what's on my mind, but I'm gonna do it in love. And I do apologize for getting upset with you, but you did some damages to my heart that I have to forgive. And Patricia, you too. You did damages to my heart. You got a videotape, but you did damages way beyond the videotape to us. But we ain't gonna be showing all that. We just wanna move forward, this day forward. Mayor King won that seat. He won it honestly. The people voted for him, and we have to move on. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help our city to move on to where we need to be in 2022. It's time for a change, and change begins with us first.
Thank you, Madam. Very passionately, well said. Madam Law Director.
Thank you for recognizing me. Just friendly suggestion. Our mayor advised his cabinet, his department heads, and those that he directly supervises to have all emails go directly to him, and then he would act on them. I would suggest that all emails go directly to the president of council, then he can work on disseminating the information to the clerk. So that if everything goes through the council president, the charter says that he is the direct supervisor of that office. Then I think a lot of, of the clerk.
Yeah.
Then that can eliminate a lot of this confusion. So all emails are directed to the council president, who is Council President Nathaniel Martin. Then he disseminates the work and distributes all the information that needs to be distributed directly to the clerks. And that way, that could put some kind of control on what they think is rather disparate and unpredictable and ongoing, unrelenting email information.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilor Martin is CC on emails. Everybody gets the same email.
Yeah.
So.
I think if they go directly
He's
to
not in
you.
charge of the.
I see the email, she's right about that. Everybody gets them.
If they just go directly to you, then you disseminate the information. I think that it'll all be on you. If you want to take that burden, and if you want to get that.
You know what I like to do, if there are issues between them, call me and tell me, I do, I'm accessible. I retired from the county about 6 years ago, so I'm available all day. I get phone calls all day, period. So if you have an issue with our clerks, let me know, okay? I'll say this, to Brother Smith and everybody in Brandon, we've had two great clerks over 30 years. Tracy's one, and David, remember Davis? I don't know, you guys remember, he was sharp, you remember? Okay. Melvin. He knew his stuff, he went down to the county, I don't know if he's still down there or not. So, but what I've gotten out of this is to be more respectful to all of you. Forgive me for my shortcomings and work on myself. I work on myself all the time. I think Corinne Stevenson and Patricia Blowback have gifts, skills, and talents. Let's use those gifts, skills, and talents to move the city forward. If we don't do what we need to do the next couple of years, they're gonna take it over, they're gonna buy us out, we're gonna be like Harlem. We won't recognize it any longer. Patricia Blowback has her gifts, skills, and talents. Corinne Stevenson has the gifts. Let's work together. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm gonna hear from the people at this time, please.
I've listened very attentively. Appreciate you conducted your meeting, you were very professional in conducting the meeting. And we wanted to hear from all of it. And applause for that. But I agree that this council must work together if you want to move this city forward. I am glad that it was just only a few of us here to see how we perform. The talk doesn't make any sense. And I totally disagree with the law director, respectfully disagree. Each one of you was elected by the people. No one had any more authority and power than anyone sitting, or we have the same power. And I don't think that you did, when they deal with personnel whom you hired. You didn't hire these people. These people we hired, we put in office. And they have to answer to us. And I don't feel that you're relegating them like the children, all emails come to him or through to him. The clerks know, and you spoke of Vegas, you're looking at the person that interviewed him, and then I brought in the whole council to interview him. I didn't want to take it by myself. I wrote the specs, what he was expecting, and he was one who chose. But saying that to say that you can't deal with council like this, you have to work together. And you have to speak to each other like they're an adult. And they have the same authority and power that anyone sitting up here. Because all of you was elected by whom? The people. You serve at the behest of the people. And I'm glad that people, I hope it wasn't, yeah, hooping and hollering, but when you're talking to each other, when you raise your voices and screaming and hollering at each other, no one sitting up here with no children. You talk to people the way you wish to be spoken to. So I just wanted to say that I have to give you your props tonight. They'll come, you recognize everyone here, you want to hear from everyone here. And that's the way. So I'm saying that please, let's work together. And let's not bring up all these things. You guys need to talk that out. This shouldn't come before the public. If you have some differences or what have you, then your clerks here. These are your employees. They work at the behest of you. And then when they see you performing like this, and I heard someone say, okay, let's move it on. How do you expect them to respect? They have to respect each one of them because they work for 5 people. And I think Clerk and I was talking about this last week. I said, you have 5 of us, not one. Yes, you as the president, you supervise the office, etc. But they can come to the clerks and they don't have to come through you. They come to the clerks and tell them what they want or whatever, to do for them or whatever. So we don't treat, I've been here, I've done that. I know how this government operates and who had the power or had. So in order to move this city forward, you know, if, ands, and buts about it, you have to work together. You have to learn to listen to each other. You can't just jump up and hoop and holler or what have you. And That turns people off. They don't even hear you. That turns them off. Kindness have a room. Not hooping and hollering drives people away. So I hope tonight that we will see a change. In everyone and respect. Whatever was done or said in private shouldn't be brought. You should talk to individuals you haven't. That's like the Bible said. Some of you go to church, you have an order against your brother, you go to him. And talk it out. And then if you don't want, you could take a witness with you to talk. But talk to each other, not at each other. Talk with each other. And so I just hope from this point forward that we will see a change coming together, working together, moving the city forward, and listening to the public. But some of you don't want to hear us. But no one has it all. And so we're not going to castigate this one or that one or whatever. That they can have this, we don't have that, and we can't do this and that. We all can do things. So again, I'll leave my parting words. I want to see some changes. I want to see us be able to communicate with each other like adults, not like children.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charles Holmes, 15808 Harris Road, East Cleveland, 04112. Now, I've stood up here before y'all before. And I know all of y'all know how I feel about what's going on. And some of y'all know. But I'll say this one thing. If a person, a little baby don't know how to walk, he can't just jump up and walk. He first got to learn how to walk. And the first thing y'all should have and know, when you come up here, you should know what the job is and what it consists of. You can get up here and argue from now on among each other, disrespect each other. I've never seen in the last meeting that they was talking about putting on a, I've never seen a bunch of people disrespect each other as much as I have seen you. Because just like I said then, I'll say again, if it left to me, I'd buy every one of you. I would. You know, you get two people on council that's trying to do right, in my estimation. Y'all say y'all doing wrong. I say they're doing right. I say you three there, and this one is doing wrong. You know, I'm telling you to your face. I'm not behind your back. And I tell you to your face, and anytime, anywhere. Because I got a lot of snow on the roof, but a little bit of frost still left in the house. A little bit, it's not much, but it's a little bit. You know, because number one, this building here, when y'all said, told that, what's called a house down there, the department of building department, all of this, the fire department, look at it, it ain't nothing but junk. You get a regular house and you're gonna put a $2,000, $3,000, what he promised the people to vote on. And you need $100,000 to work. What the hell is $3,000 gonna do? I mean, just common sense. You buy a car, you need everything done to it. You can put that in it, it still ain't gonna run. Y'all put all that in, and this building here, you can buy stuff that y'all had bought, cannot be put in here because the electric and all that stuff is not prepared to do it. Instead of coming to the people and get somebody to come in here, see how much the city can spend, and how much they can borrow, to build a new city hall, fire department, all along with it. Did you do that, Mayor? I mean, I'm asking you directly, because I don't know how y'all orchestrated. I was coming down. I haven't been in here over 2 years because where y'all operate.
Little over four,
Huh?
little over four.
I've been in here a little over 2 years. I have been in this building before a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago. I know how long I've been out here. Punishment stops coming. Because what I'm coming up here and listening at this, yes. I mean, tonight, I had something else to do, something that some of the people, they had a meeting about our road. And some of the people are under the impression that we got a private road, that the city gonna take it over and all that. Hell, the city can't take care of what it got. I ain't gonna take care of something new. You know, these things just don't make no sense. And I hope within the summertime that we can get some recall and put some more people up here.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Anybody online? Come on up.
I haven't been around for a while. BSI 1670 out of the circle. All right, I'm hoping that I see you today. As I've been going through a lot over the past week. But there's something that is in the forefront of my mind. And I've been a teacher before, not school, a substitute. And I'm also a mother, and grandmother. And so I was kind of feeling what Councilman Martin was saying. You know, there's a lot of undercover races, but you know, even if you like, especially if you don't think you are, it really hits home with someone. Because as a teacher and a mother experience, you know, our Black men are being targeted and put down, you know, and prevented from getting a level in society. Okay? So for something like that is, you know, just very, very sensitive to someone like me and Martin. And maybe not some others, but he's, you know, expressed it. And, you know, I'm, you know, feeling it. And you know, that's something, you know, even if you didn't know, you know, that just be careful of what you say about this, particularly especially Black men. But it's not just Black men. And you know, because my son, you know, I could say my son, they would tell my son, they told me, you know, I always read to my kids. And well, I knew my son knew how to read. So when his teacher said, well, you know, he needs to go into a learning disability class or something like that, I'm like, you know, my son knows how to read. I had to take him out of the school because that's what they do in this society. They're already trying to make me criminal, okay? So, I'm feeling all this, okay? So one of these days, and it's all gonna change, you know, especially when I get up there and be myself. I'm not like, I may look like seem like a wimp or somebody to push over, but I'm definitely not. Somebody they not gonna have a scene out of me. They don't want to see us out of me that they have the same. So be careful what you say to me too, or do to me, because you know I'm fighting back for real. Because nothing but spiritual battle out here. Spiritual, you know, that's what it is. So, but anyway, I think we need, you know, there is people, of course, they're gonna try to. Well, I can say one thing, you know, because I've been observing, I always observe people and their behaviors, and you know, like down south, for instance, in the South, they always stole the lands of people down here. So, and you know, they had their 40 acres and mule, but you know, they tried to steal from my grandma, my great grandma. So it's like a pattern. It's, of course, it's like here. First of all, they don't give us the resources, and then we kind of fall into it because we're kind of starting to hate each other. We start hating each other because this the music and how it's played in the media and, you know, this, taking away of culture and all this, is all continuing, and then putting our Black men in prison and women, of course, but, you know, but it's like it's meant to be, the men are in their prime years are meant to be slaves to this society. So, you know, it's like, it's set that way because, you know, they don't want, you know, Black Wall Street to happen. So, but then we fall into it, we fall prey to it as a people because, you know, in a sense, we don't know the business. Simply, we don't know the better. But then we do, but we ain't seeing it. So one of these days, the veil is gonna be taken off of our eyes, and it may be too late by that time. So we have to start waking up today. I got a poem that I wrote one time. Wake up, coach. Wake up. Okay, it's time to wake up. Okay, everybody, if you think it's your friend and not your friend, but then, of course, God is everyone's, you know, it's the higher power that we should always, you know,
Thank you,
put
Ms.
ahead of our lives. And then I'm hoping, but pray that everything that we start moving forward and building, coming together and building as a people, because we need to do so in order to save our.
Is there anybody online? Anybody on Zoom wishing to make remarks?
Yeah, Shirley Fitzpatrick, I have a couple things. Number one, I think everybody's been throwing around the word forgive, but people ain't forgetting things that have been done, and that needs to stop too. Every time I turn around, certain things keep coming up, and then it agitates people, and everybody gets into an argument. So I don't think everybody knows what the word respect means, because things would change if everybody respected everybody. Also, my Bible verse for today, let everything be done decently and in order. Seems to be no order, none whatsoever. Got to respect each other and have some order and decorum in the seats that you guys are sitting in. That has to be done. I don't know if the mayor is still there. I have a couple things for him. The voicemail system at City Hall is lousy. Nobody picks up any messages. Nobody answers any calls. So if the public has an emergency, they can't get in touch with anybody. Also, Mayor, myself, my contractor, and your inspector, we signed off on a contract February 17th. I have not heard if you have approved the contract. That's hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else on Zoom wishing to make remarks?
Thank you, Ms. Fitzpatrick, Mr. Holmes, Ms. Said, and Mr. O'Malley. Thank you very much. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, actually, forgive me for making a couple of remarks in this meeting. I really enjoyed it tonight. I thought it was well worth it. Mentioned a couple of times how it starts with respect. Nate will appreciate this. We went through the same exercise. We did ours in executive session, right? Barbara Thomas got some man through a phone at me, right?
Yeah.
And out of that came that book, the Rule for Council's book. It's something I encourage that y'all go through, struggle through it, get through it, be better off for it, and we can continue rebuilding this Cleveland together, because that's what I signed up for, right? So I appreciate y'all doing this. Okay,
Thank you.
take care.
Madam Downey.
Go on with it, man.
I'm not angry with nobody. all I wanna do is the right thing for the people in our city and for our clerks. Because without the clerks, we can't get nothing done. They are very important and we have to really respect them when we come into the office. That was not our office, that's the clerk office. Council don't have no office. We don't have no office. And for the disrespect them in that office, and the camera's there for a reason. Because they are tired of being harassed with the emails and with the company attorney. Yeah, they might got 5 bosses, but they call it a boss is different between being a mother and daddy. They've been raised already. We have to show each other respect. I mean, really respect as a
Excuse me, speaking of respect, you can't disrespect it right now, please. Okay, thank you.
As far as Mr. Holmes feel like everybody need to be fired, well, then if we all be fired, the city won't be moving on anyway.
She ain't doing nothing anyway.
Yes, the city won't be moving on because right now we passed right now we passed legislation. We got to pass these legislations so we can get the city on track. We got to get the fire department together. We got to get City Hall together. We got to get these streets together. We got to get lights together. We got to get our community together. And without us trying to get it together, ain't no legislation gonna be passed. So I'm looking forward to passing legislation to move our city on and get it together. And respect our clerks that's working so hard in the office. Yes, Justin might be new, but he ain't on to that. What's been going on, he's been doing that for a long time, but he needs some training. And I'm glad that you are there. Train them, Tracy, you are doing a good job, both of y'all. Keep up the good work. As far as my colleagues, I will get along with them. I don't mind working with them, but they have to work with me. And if you see something wrong, we can talk about it. It should never came to this point to be exposed. Because when we had the meeting before, y'all didn't show up. So, I mean, a lot of times people don't know what's behind the scenes. They only can see what you tell them and they run with it. If you're not here, you ain't gonna know. If you ain't at the committee, you don't know what's going on. If you ain't at the gender review, you don't know what's going on. You need to stay on task to know what's going on. This city of East Cleveland is my heart. The residents is my heart. And I want the best for everybody. And when they put me in this seat, I expect to get some results. We need to put past our bad stuff and let's get out the good stuff. Throw all that stuff away, that negative stuff, and get ready to do the positive stuff so we can work together. I thank God for Murray. You know, I thank God for you because guess what? You're a peacemaker. You're a peacemaker. And the reason why I say you're a peacemaker, because you understand the rules. You don't tell them that when we have a gender review, oh no, I'll be rushing off for it. Time to go, you know. No, you have patience with all of us. Thank you for having this meeting today. We don't meet eye to eye all the time, but when you're right, you are right, Councilman Smith. And I thank you for the meeting because I needed this. I needed this because when the emails start floating out there like that, and when you have a clerk crying in the office, and when you have a deputy clerk that's disappointed, then ain't nothing hardly going to be functioning right when you come into the meeting. They have to have their right mind to run the meeting. We have to have our right mind to run the meeting so it can run smooth. As far as Brenda King, I don't have nothing against him. If the people chose him to be in office, that's who they chose. We got to move on. It's a new day, a new beginning. All things are passed away. Behold, all things become new. Let's work together for the new things and have a new vision for our city. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to say, today I spent about an hour looking at, I hope I got a name right, the Supreme Court, what's her name?
Marie, okay.
Could we-
Oh, you
What's her
mean,
name?
Ketanji,
Patricia Willoughby, what's her name?
Ketanji.
And, I felt proud. There's an element out there that just wants to destroy her or make her look bad, but she's handling the situation. And I felt good about that. And I felt good about this. I know we're gonna move forward. We're gonna make mistakes, but we're gonna move forward. Again, if we don't do it, this group here, we don't do it in the next 2 years, it ain't gonna be done. Okay. Developers want the land right next to Cleveland Clinic, right next to University Hospital, right next to University Circle Incorporated. And we have the land and we have location. If we don't have anything, we have that. So let's prayerfully work together. I work on myself. I need a lot of work on myself. And I'm willing to do that. And I thank you for, I'm glad we had this. Thank you very much, Brother Smith. Thank you for your leadership here. You helped this team together. Thank you. All right.
Madam Stevenson.
I don't really have anything to say after this, because I've not been involved in anything like this ever before in my life. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna do what I've been doing. I don't bother the clerk, they don't do my work. I'm fine. I don't need the clerk. I'm very capable of doing my own work. And if I need to send an email, I'm gonna send an email.
Dr. Pat, Mahovia.
Again, I'd like to echo what the others have said about the way you ran this meeting, Counselor Smith. I think in a difficult situation, you kept your cool and stayed professional. And I think that's commendable, especially in a situation like this. Now, I can remember having a meeting with counselors Martin and Gowdy. I don't remember whether it was in November or December. And one of the things we talked about was the need for civility. And I explained to Counselor Martin that if he wanted my support to be president, he would need to show a level of civility that I have not seen from him. This meeting tonight does not show the level of respect and professionalism that I am hoping for from the council. I certainly had hoped for a lot more when I started this this year. It was before I started on council that Councilor Dowdy stopped answering my phone calls. And I still am not quite sure what was going on there, but I had a gift for her, and she, you know, it was before we were on council, and she didn't answer my phone call. So I guess, you know, I mean, you talk about respect, and respect to me is not demonstrated by having two council members screaming in council meeting and talking about the need for people to respect each other. I just don't see that there's anything so horrible in sending an email and expecting minutes to be written that is deserving of all this screaming. I don't think that was respect. I don't think the way this false investigating committee was set up showed respect either, because it didn't show respect for the charter. And if we want to have the city move forward, we need to either respect the charter as it is, or we need to change it. Now, we're supposed to have the charter review. I don't remember how many years behind on having that done. Our charter is kind of a mess, but this is what we've got right now. And I don't think the procedure for setting up an investigating committee is part of the problem. If it is, I haven't seen it. At any rate, the fact that it wasn't followed, that doesn't show respect to anybody. Doesn't show respect to the people who feel they've been wrong. And it doesn't show respect for the people who are accused of wronging them. It just doesn't show respect. And we show respect by having free sharing of information. Every public bit of information needs to be shared publicly and not hidden. And if we don't show respect by trying to restrict somebody from sending communications to somebody else, whether they're on the phone, or whether they're on the email, or whether they're on the text, or however they are. That is not the way you show respect. And I am hoping that this council will start to show respect. But frankly, I just have been listening to the meeting of March 8th, and I have very little hope. Prove me wrong. Start showing respect.
Thank you, Dr. Pratt. Very emotional. It was a very needed meeting and conversation we had tonight. Really want to thank all of my colleagues for showing up and stating what's on your mind. I appreciate the compliments. Trust me, whether you know it or not, I take it, I learn from each and every last one of you, as well as the people in the audience. Speaking of the people, as I say each and every week, the committee meetings are very, very important. So I really want to thank my neighbors, our neighbors on Zoom, as well as in person, our great seniors. We appreciate your opinion, whether you like us or not, or me as the youngest member of council, we have to remember that I've been reminded today that I'm the second senior most member on council, which means we are all new. Exactly what we as the people stated that we wanted a few years ago, a new council. I'm very, what disappoints me the most, and Councilman Martin knows this, is that myself as being a young man, there's not many of our elders and seniors that try to take young people under their wing. They always a lot of them try to step and stomp and talk down to the youngsters. And that's why, he's a grown man, but no matter what we've been through personally, I love giving Justin Anderson a chance. Didn't feel like that in January, but I gave him a chance. And I definitely feel that way now, looking in your eyes. And you have a great mentor in Ms. Tracy. We thank you. And again, just being the youngest member of council, I don't expect us all to kumbaya every day, but at least if we can show each other professional courtesy and respect. And as we say, move the city forward, as I say, to serve the health, interest, rights, and needs of the people. We all fought for economic, social, and political change. With the exception of our great president, because he's been on council the longest, we've all sought out for the same reason. And that was economic, social, and political change here in the city of East Cleveland. We are not going to always agree. I have a big stack of papers if I want to talk about the past. I believe I've humbly done a great job tonight on not bringing up the past. And I hope that shows I really want to move forward with the future, because there's a lot of things that I totally disagree with. I understand, it comes a time where I just say like, yeah, I understand it was election time, so a lot of things were done. A lot of things were said. Not saying that this is happening because one wants another seat, but what I know, election is over. And it's time to move forward. I beg of you, for the people of East Cleveland, not for me, not for any of us, but for the future. I'm privileged, like we all are, to we've all talked to each other at one point of time. We know that it's a lot of those underground things going on. It was alluded to tonight. One said that they were supporting one for this and that, but things went crazy behind the scenes. That's fine. I'm starting to learn that that's a political strategizing. It's not always backdoor talking and backdoor dealing. It's political strategizing. I haven't been a part of it. Maybe I need to learn how, but I don't really like to. But whatever you all have going on or had going on, I would hope for the people that it gets fixed quick. I can complain about Dr. Guy. I can complain about Ms. Tracy. I can complain about legislation being held up. I can complain about, I'm getting lied on right now. I'm getting lied on right now. That's why I really appreciate the statement from Mr. O'Mays tonight. But we have to stop. We have to stop trying to destroy each other, trying to step on each other. And we need to, we find some young people that want to do this. We need to get behind him or her, period. Period. I tell councilmen all the time, I'm gonna leave off like this. I wish we had a better relationship when I was in my 20s. I'm a full grown man now. But the councilman understands I'm not gonna divulge our conversations, but to our elders, please. If we doing something wrong, talk to us. Guide us. At least Mr. Mays has an open door policy. I know that. On another note, I'm glad you're still here, Ms. Said. I know that it's the anniversary of Minister Helen Hubbard passing. That's how much I'm in tune with the residency. It seems like you forgot. And I didn't. So God bless Minister Helen Hubbard. God bless East Cleveland. This meeting was so important. I had to go pick my baby up an hour ago. But she fine. She in great hands. I thank you all. I look forward to the next meeting. We don't have to take a motion to adjourn this committee.
Okay.
I know that's for.